race fans, Alex Weaver here. We're going to break down the historic weekend for NASCAR where we saw the first ever stock car on the Daytona Road Course. I'm going to be joined now by our championship winning crew chief, Cole Pearn. Cole, Chase Elliott is now turned into the road course ace, which is weird to say, but when we go to a road course, you have to imagine the 9 might be in victory lane.
Yeah, I mean, for 3 in a row, that's an impressive streak for sure. They've been on it. You know, I think they showed yesterday. I think it was the 2 usual guys that have been good, but no, the 9 delivered, and they just they hit it out of the park again.
So over the last couple of years, let's look at road courses. Who's your top 5 right now in the field when it comes to racing at road courses?
I'll give you my top 2. It's Chase Elliott and Martin Truex Jr., and I don't really care if you can pick any of the rest of the 3 because there's only 2 that can win at this point.
Got it. Yeah, I feel like the 19 and the 9 when it comes to a road course, you got to pick them. We also saw the 18 struggle again. We've talked about the when will the bleeding stop for that team, but it wasn't at the Daytona Road Course.
Definitely was not. Yeah, I don't know if they need to go see like a voodoo something to undo whatever they got going on against them. But yeah, I mean, that was, even when it's not their own doing, they have something that happens and takes them out. So I don't know. Dover's feast or famine for them as well. You know, I've seen them run really good there and then seen them have a lot of terrible days. So I think going into a doubleheader this weekend, they're just hoping to get some type of clean run out of it and get right back on the right track.
But on the flip side of things, we also saw a lot less craziness than we saw in all the other series on the road course. Does watching the 2 series and even ARCA before your race help? And why did the Cup guys have it so figured out?
I think it's just the level of professionalism. If that's not a true sign of it, then nothing is. You know, I think the fact that before the race they had the top guys that were starting all up front discussing what their breaking points were going to be so that they didn't run each other over in the first corner. And I think that's just the level that the Cup garage is at. You know, we've made the comment a lot of times that the fence between those garages is pretty tall. And I think you saw it exactly that this weekend. Those guys just, the quality of the field is just that much better and guys just didn't make mistakes. And that's definitely the difference.
I definitely think that the competitors in the field liked racing at the road course. One in particular, your former driver with Martin Truex Jr. said in his post-race that it was more fun than the Roval, and especially with tires. So as a crew chief point of view, I want you to break down what he meant by the tires at the road course at Daytona versus the Roval in Charlotte.
Yeah, I think everyone was a little bit leery going to Daytona because they brought the Watkins Glen tire. And when they tried that at the Roval, it was no bueno, like no grip at all. So I think everyone was expecting that, how it was, and it actually it went a lot better than everybody expected. So it just seems to me that now that they have data on the infield versus, the infield at Daytona versus the infield at Charlotte, it looks like the infield at Charlotte is just way slicker. A lot harder to get traction on. Maybe a little bit more off-camber corners. Maybe that's some of it, but definitely I think everybody expected it to be really a lot more slick than it was, and it wasn't, which I thought enabled them to pass and gave the passing zones a better chance to happen. So I think, it was overall a positive versus what everybody was expecting.
Well, Truex ended up with a positive day and a positive result as far as points, but he did kind of give the race away, I would say, to the 9 when they had that pit road penalty, too fast exiting. So break that penalty down and what happened with the 19.
Yeah, that's the pitfalls of pitting under green. It's just so many opportunities for things to go wrong. I mean, here they come in with a 7-second lead and have the race in control, and then that mistake just bit them. And then, with pits being closed, not being able to serve the penalty under green was a double whammy. So, I mean, whether that's how that should be or not, I don't know. But, I mean, that's the rules. So when you pit towards the end of the stage and you have a mistake happen like that, then you really suffer a blow. So I thought it was crazy that they were able to come back, from being in the mid-20s, with not that many laps left to get back to third, just showed the speed. I mean, I was watching the lap times and reviewed that, and they were flying. So I think everybody got shortchanged a little bit. It would have been great to see a battle between him and the 9 because I think they could have put on a good show.
Yeah, we saw a lot of different strategies play out, but we did see Austin Dillon test positive for COVID-19. We're wishing them, obviously, the safety and healthy and the speedy recovery. But I want to know if the Pearn seal of approval can go to Casgrala this weekend, because he had the best finish in the 3-car on a road course in 20 years. So I think he did his job fairly well.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, credit to him, credit to the team. I think it's always hard when you get a new driver come in, just getting all the little details right to make them comfortable. And Justin and Alexander in that group, they did a great job making him feel comfortable that he could go out and get that good a result. So to have it be in that scenario and get a top 10 of it, I mean, they got to be doing backflips leaving that place.
All right, so next time we race on the Daytona Road Course, what would you change?
Under the lights. I think it'd be awesome. I think we saw it a little bit in the ARCA race. I just think, how cool would it be to have a road course race under the lights? I mean, when you think Daytona 24, that's what you think. I think seeing the Cup cars do it as well would just be awesome. So hopefully that tweak gets made. Who knows?
Man, the fans love Daytona under the lights. I can only imagine what the road course would do for them. Okay, so we have a doubleheader now. No breaks. You head straight from a new course to a doubleheader at Dover, which we know that Dover is not the easiest to maneuver either, and now they're racing Saturday and Sunday. We have to talk about the bubble, because there's 3 races left to get into the playoffs. Who are you keeping your eye on to possibly point their way in, or to not be in the playoffs come 3 weeks from now?
Oh, this is the 48's opportunity, I think. I mean, you're going to a place where he's won, I don't know how many times, a lot. Even when they're struggling, they can still go there and be fast. So I hope for their sake they're able to, execute this weekend, because this is their chance. I feel like if they need to come out of both of these races with strong results, and if they don't, then I feel like they're going to be in trouble. So, if they can do it this weekend, then yeah, I think it's their biggest opportunity to gain.
All right. Well, he's got 2 races to get it done. Yeah, Jimmy Johnson's pretty good at Dover. I'm also really impressed that you're not wearing a polo. You're wearing your T-shirt, because you went viral, not for your tweeting, but for what you were wearing down in Indy.
Yeah, no doubt. I struggled on the laundry program a little bit. So I usually, I don't want to say I always have my wife do my laundry, but she does always do my laundry. So I was finding every excuse not to do it. So the polos actually weren't too bad. They ran a little bit cooler than the T-shirts that they have here.
No, that's not allowed.
I know. But yeah, it was all good, and definitely so many track days in a row. It's easy to run through the laundry, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Indy 500 is coming up this weekend too. So I know you're going to be a busy guy for the rest of the week, but we appreciate you breaking down the road course at Daytona for us.
Thanks, Alex.